What is up? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a wonderful balmy January, beginning of the new year 2024. I'm taking a little break here on energetics, doing some work around the property. I was thinking about some of the things, the ritual things that I do during the winter for self-sustainment. They're not really, this isn't like prepper stuff. This is just the way that I live, but it could be of interest to people that want to get into self-sufficiency and taking care of themselves in terms of their caloric intake and just having options besides a grocery store. So obviously animals are, the biggest source of immediate access calories, because you can clean a chicken in about, 10 minutes or so. And, there's no refrigerator required. You do have to supplement feed, but especially depending on your setup, you can really get away with bare minimum on feeding. And they'll do fine if you have enough material that is grown during the growing season for them. So anyway, another thing that I like to do is a cold frame, and a cold frame can be pretty low tech, but I usually make them out of junk scrap wood that I find, and then the only thing that I buy typically are the clear poly covers to let in sunlight. When I started to buy 2x4s to make additional cold frames, at that point I started buying the cheapest 2x4s, which are typically 8 footers. And then I would cut some of them in half and leave other ones at 8. And I would build out a frame for a cold frame. And then I used 2 poly panels on the top with just some old door hinges. That works pretty good. You can grow most greens through the winter. Typically what I'll do is arugula, spinach, and endive. Arugula is definitely probably the most aggressive grower in the winter. There's a lot of other things, different types of lettuces that will actually be able to handle the low temperatures. But it's been very cold, and we're harvesting greens every night, eating salads over here. So it's just something nice that a lot of people don't know about. It's pretty simple to build. It's not expensive. It lets you grow pretty much. You can grow all the way into February, and then in March you start to have your spring planting. So you can have gardening vegetables for yourself for calories the whole year round, and it's fairly minimal. The greens do slow down during the winter in their growth rate, so it's a good idea to plant more than you plan to consume, because they're only going to grow about as quickly as you're used to during normal growing season. So just plant extra, that way you have plenty to select from and you don't run out of greens, and you won't have to buy salad greens from the grocery store. The other thing that I like to do in the winter is prepare certain plants, like hot plants like sweet potato, and I'll just run them in water to let them sprout. And this is from the year before. So sweet potato is very different than a standard potato. It's gonna grow on a vine, and it's going to reproduce off of that same vine. So I've had the same vine going for years. Then you just put it in the water. It's going to send out roots, and then you plant it in peak summer. You're going to plant it sometime. It depends on the variety, but sometime around June, July, something like that. And then you let it take over a bed, and then harvest all your sweet potatoes, and you'll get massive calories off of sweet potatoes. Huge yields. The other thing I do during winter is garlic. I always plant garlic and let it over winter. Garlic and sweet potatoes actually go together pretty well. There's about, maybe a few weeks lapse between when garlic is ready and sweet potatoes are ready to go in. So anyway, thought I'd just share that with you. If you wanted some activities to do during winter for next year, that's something that I like doing. You might like it too.